brought his collar.
Yeah, it's been a thrilling response. The film's about heart and spirit and what it means to be Australian. So we're absolutely thrilled that Australian audiences came to it.
And at what point did you know you had a winner on your hands?
I would imagine 3 weeks after it was released, we realised that we were so busy we didn't even realise what we had. So it was certainly a really fun experience, and we made a lot of friends along the way. But it was this is very much a team effort, and the director can't be here tonight. So I think we should really acknowledge Creve Stenders because he's a terrific filmmaker, and this is a real step up for him. He has the same personality almost of the dog, in the sense that he's or a young child. He's incredibly enthusiastic. He threw himself into this story, and there's a lot of his personality and character in the film. And I think when you meet him, you'll have a terrific experience because he's a fun guy, and it turned out to be a very fun movie.
My role was beneath the sound designer Frank Lipson. I was a dialogue editor on the film and also sound effects editor. The brief, pretty much with the sound design, when we initially read the script, we thought it would be quite a full-on sound design track. And as we met with Justin, we found out that we wanted to make the whole world quite believable. We didn't want to make the soundtrack too over the top and just keep most of the everyday sounds normal. It was a great project to work on. Frank's great to work for. Yeah. I've worked for him for 25 years, great sound designer.
It's very much a cinematic score that we wanted to do. And I guess Dan, he wanted to do something that was emotional as well. So, yeah, it was trying to get inside the head of...
But we couldn't make it too orchestral because it was such a quiet movie that if you did anything too much, it would interfere with the performance. So it was very textural as well. So we had to keep it very,
And you two have worked together on a number of different projects, is that right?
Yeah, we have a collective, it's called Sonar Music, and there's 7 composers, and Michael, Lira and Matteo and I kind of came together for this one. We had a really short amount of time to do it, so it was kind of a group effort to get it done in time.
It wasn't so much to create another person, but maybe to not jump out of the film and be one with the film, so it become like one with the landscape. Yeah, I guess so. There
were so many great wide cinematic.
I mean, the cinematography
shots,
was amazing.
Yeah. So it was kind of lots of quiet moments that we could just creep the score in, and then the idea was to not make people really notice it coming in and coming out, but just kind of builds and builds a bit more. It's the first AACTA award that so it's kind of good.
It's amazing. I've never won anything for music before, so I actually have once, but this is just an amazing. It's just I feel I can't even. I don't have words.
You're overcome with emotion.
I am. It's amazing.
How would you score this moment?
This would be very. I would say this would be a solo violin, soaring strings coming in.
Yeah, definitely a 10.
Or then a lone trumpet.
Yeah,
which Mikey would do.
Yeah.
You've won this award for editing Snowtown, which is a very complex story. What were the particular challenges of making sense of it?
Probably initially the length of it and having to cut out some of the characters, unfortunately. We did have a lot of footage, and because they're all non-actors, I think probably the challenge was to make them believable and get the best out of them. Yeah. Well, I feel very privileged, especially since this is the first one, and it's lovely and heavy, and it's a bit like an Oscar. So hey.
It was a great cast, great ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Easy to work with.
I heard you talk yesterday at the Designers Guild event, and you were talking about the limited budget and time on this film. That would have been a big challenge to costume so many characters.
When you say a limited budget, it wasn't, like scratching the bottom, but we could have done with a few more bucks. And it was just an actor's availability, sort of governed when we'd shoot. Yep. And so we had a very short pre-production period to do it. Yes. They say if you get 4 AFIs, you can do coffee table legs. So I reckon I've got those, so now I can put this on top of the coffee table.
What was the most pleasurable aspect of designing this film?
Probably getting the opportunity to work with a legend like Fred Skepsey, that was just amazing. And the film offered lots of challenges. It's kind of a world that's not often shown in Australian film. They're very wealthy characters, very flamboyant, so I had a lot of fun creating quite kind of extravagant locations. Yeah, and it offered a lot of, we had a storm sequence, there was a lot to do, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done costume for a while, but I love costume and I know how important it is in creating the world. Like, basically creating the character's world relies on what I do and what a costume designer does. So working with someone like Terry was amazing because he's got so much experience and just did such beautiful work. So yeah, it was a great privilege to work with him.